Welcome back to Money Makes. My name is Callie, and today we're going to be making a really beautiful and simple olive oil cake. So this cake is about as easy as it comes. You don't have to worry about a buttercream or a frosting. I would call this cake a little bit more sophisticated. It's also very vibrant, has really beautiful flavors, and it's incredibly moist due to, in parts, the extra virgin olive oil, which is of course the star of the show. The olive oil is not only going to provide a really beautiful texture, it's also going to provide a really beautiful flavor. You just have to trust me on this. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. We have some granulated sugar, a little bit of brown sugar, baking powder, baking soda, all-purpose flour, eggs, orange zest. We also have the juice of an orange, freshly squeezed, of course. I have some vanilla, salt, of course, extra virgin olive oil. I have a little bit of plain Greek yogurt, and here I have some buttermilk, which is, of course, in no way authentic to this type of cake, but I want to give you just the best cake I can provide for you, and I love buttermilk in cakes, and I've made this cake without the buttermilk, and I'm telling you, it just adds so much to the texture and the flavor, and it's just so hard to make a cake without buttermilk. So I'm adding just a little bit of buttermilk to this recipe. So let's get right into it. First things first, we're gonna grab all of our dry ingredients and just give them a quick mix to combine. I'm gonna shuffle a few things around over here. So my flour, my baking powder, my baking soda. To this, I'm also gonna add the salt. And before you begin, get your oven nice and preheated to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that is ready to go. So I'm just gonna give this a quick mix. Okay, so next up, let's grab both types of sugar. And to this, we are gonna add our eggs, of course. And just give these a whisk to combine. Okay, so this looks beautiful. So we're gonna add in our extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin of course, and just give this a stir until it's nice and combined as well. Okay, so next we're gonna throw in our vanilla, a good amount of vanilla, of course some fresh squeezed orange juice, and the orange just really complements the flavors, the extra virgin olive oil. It's really gonna make this cake just kind of pop, so that's why we're adding it. I'm also gonna add in the orange zest, and just give this a stir until it's combined. Okay, next I'm gonna throw in my sour cream, and I just wanna point out, you don't have to do this, but if you really want the citrus in this recipe to really shine, what you could do is kind of massage the orange zest in with the sugar just for, I don't know, about a minute or so, and you'll immediately notice just the aroma is really gonna be quite fragrant and just absolutely divine. So if you really want that citrus to pop, go ahead and do that, but you don't have to by any means. So just give this a quick stir. Okay. And so next, we're gonna throw in our dry ingredients along with our buttermilk, and we're gonna give this a stir just until it's combined. The key to making any cake, not just this cake, is to always never overmix the flour, because what happens when you overmix the flour is you overwork the gluten. When you overwork the gluten, you're gonna get a really tough cake. So that is of course not what we want. To on a really fluffy, beautiful cake, moist and soft. So I'm just gonna keep stirring this, like I said, until it's nice and combined and I don't see any kind of clumps of flour scattered throughout the batter. And we're about there now. Okay, so next, before we finish up, I'm just gonna grab my spatula, run it around the bottom and the sides of the bowl just to ensure none of the batter kind of stuck. This is looking wonderful, of course. So I'm just gonna clean up and I'm gonna grab my pan, and then we're gonna pop this in the oven. That took no time at all. You saw how easy this was. There's no excuse not to make this at home. Okay, so if you're curious, the way that I get the parchment paper to kind of perfectly line up inside of the bottom of this pan is I just rip out a sheet of parchment paper, I put the springform pan on top, I just grab a marker, run it around the perimeter of the pan, and then I just cut out that circle, pop it in the bottom. Okay, so into the oven this cake goes. It's gonna bake for about 50 to 55 minutes, or until a skewer or a toothpick inserted into the center of this cake comes out clean or with a few crumbs. And after this cake bakes, I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how absolutely divine this cake is and how I like to serve it. we are back. This cake baked for a little over an hour in the oven, and you want to let it cool completely before you generously sift over powdered sugar over the top like I've already done here. And you can eat this cake as is, or you can do what I like to do, which is serve it with a little bit of plain Greek yogurt, whatever you want to do. You can even drizzle a little bit of honey, that's wonderful as well. But regardless, this cake is absolutely amazing, and I am so confident that you are going to love it. So as always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, winniemakes.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make this olive oil cake. I promise you're gonna love it, and let me know what you think because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.